What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over a collection of smaller news stories, rumors, and put them all together for you guys here. Actually, quite a bit. This is probably the busiest day so far of 2024, and this is what I like to see. I hope we get many, many more days like this. Let's just jump right into it. So firstly, we have a confirmed date for Stalker 2, along with a delay, right? So the game has been delayed one more time. Not a big deal. You know, these people literally had to suffer through quite literal war, right? And so they can take all the time that they need, get this game out whenever it's ready, and the game comes out September 5th. So remember, this seemed like this was going to be the game for Xbox for that first quarter, right? First quarter would be this, then you think probably like a Hellblade, maybe a Avowed, and then maybe even Indiana Jones. And those would be the big ones. You'd have other ones as well. But that seemed like the strategy or what was going to happen. Well, now maybe things have been reversed a little bit. Hellblade now probably comes out before Stalker 2, but still looking forward to it. We get a game in September. As I keep saying, we really don't know games' release dates. April on. You know, we know January, February, March, and then once you get to April, there's so many games that are just kind of up in the air. So that's Stalker 2. Then we have a lawsuit actually taking place. So Take-Two is suing Remedy in a lawsuit for the R, for their logo. And I think this is absolutely ridiculous. Now, there's a lot of jokes being made, but I mean, in all seriousness, well, a few things. Number one, how can you even, how is this even going to work? How is the legal system even allowed to do something like this? It looks like the R's are not even the same, even if you just look at the R's. And then in Remedy's literal logo, it has Remedy. So, I don't see how you could possibly argue that it would be confused, because that would be the argument, right? That Remedy's logo is too confusing, or it takes away from it, or people would mistaken Remedy for Rockstar. Who in their right mind does that? So I actually very much hope Take-Two loses. Also, I guess part two to, the awkwardness, there's, partnerships going on between them, right? Like Max Payne. And so I don't understand why you would do something like this. I guess Max Payne is more like a Rockstar to Remedy situation, and Take-Two being the parent company. So maybe they just flat out don't care. But I have to imagine it's awkward now. You're literally being sued and you have a connection to Rockstar. You would then technically have a connection to Take-Two, and they're suing you because your R's look the same. It's what an absolute joke. So again, I hope Take-Two loses, and maybe Remedy can make some money off of it and put that towards Alan Wake 3 or something, right? Hopefully something like that can happen. So that's the second thing. Third thing is two different rumors that I think would then be kind of confirmed at the Xbox Developer Direct, one of which is Hellblade's release date. So Hellblade, there's Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. The rumor is May 21st. That's a Tuesday. That does make sense, right? You're not thinking about a random Sunday. Somebody gets the dates wrong. Again, this is what we keep on saying. May doesn't have anything. April, June, none of these months have anything. This is what I was talking about earlier with Stalker. So Hellblade would come out in May, Stalker in September, maybe Avowed in between them, and then maybe Indiana Jones November, right? And again, all of this stuff, I imagine, or at least most of it, would be confirmed at the Developer Direct. And the second part of the rumor, I don't even know if it's coming from the same place, but a second rumor in general, no Shadow Drop. Last year, we got Hi-Fi Rush from the Developer Direct that was in January. We've said it before. I've talked about it before. Would it be cool to do another Shadow Drop? Yes. Should it be an expectation? Honestly, no. I mean, Shadow Drops are pretty hard, and they're kind of like a 1 in a million. That's what makes Hi-Fi Rush. Well, the game itself is incredible, right? But what makes it an extra level of cool is the stealth drop. And if you do that every time, well, it's not as exciting. I mean, maybe it's still exciting every time, but that's the rumor. So I honestly, like I've said, I don't really expect a game to get shadow dropped. I don't think that should be an expectation every single time, but obviously that one we'll know for sure on the Developer Direct. And Hellblade 2 is going to get a release date at this thing as well. So we'll see if it's actually May 21st. And then the final thing, just to briefly throw it out, normally I would make a video talking about these things, but this one's a little different. The Last of Us Part 2 remastered gets review scores. Again, normally I'd make an entire video on it, but it's a remastered game that already has so much controversy and drama around it. It's getting really good scores. It's got a 91. I mean, you're either going to get it, or you're not. I have seen some pretty good stuff on the roguelike mode. What I have basically seen myself is that mode is extremely good. It's just that God of War kind of spoiled us. And I have been worried about that. And I've even talked about that with like the price, right? Now it gets a little bit more complicated and a little bit more controversial when you go there, but $10 for the entirety of Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and then Valhalla was free. And again, we're not going to compare that, but the Valhalla, like the content, the actual quality of it was so good, and I think God of War just works really well, weirdly enough, as a roguelike. So then for The Last of Us to come out afterwards, and then for you to have to pay, not just for the roguelike though, right, for everything. So, and the reason I'm talking about it so much, that's why I'm getting it. The new stuff, the cut content, the guitar free playing, right? The roguelike mode. Those are the biggest things to me. I don't even plan on, at least at launch, I don't even plan on replaying the story. I don't really care to, or at least right now. I'm actually waiting for the 5-year anniversary, so next year I'll do it. So that's why I put so much focus on the roguelike mode. But very good. I mean, like, would you expect it to get like an 80 or a 70, right? Like if the original game, let's say that, if the original Part 2 got in the low 90s, well, why would the remaster not, unless they royally messed up, right? So it seems like this is a remaster, much like we all thought it kind of was. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.